Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. Continue our journey. I think I have a few candles remaining. I want to do some character upgrades. I want to get more skill unlocks. Like for the Grave Robber, I don't have all of her skill unlocks, so some of her paths and abilities doesn't actually don't actually work. Like, do we have Pirouette unlocked? I don't think we have all of the Grave Robber stuff unlocked, so I would like to do that. And I also want to maybe try out some of these new paths, but if I don't have all of their skills unlocked, then it's going to be very difficult to actually use other paths. But on the last run, we had a very good run. It was a fun run. I enjoyed it up until we hit the boss and then died. We're going to try again with a similar party, but I've learned a few lessons. What have I learned? From the run previous, I've learned that having 2 units with riposte never really works the way you want it to, because if both units with riposte, like the Highwayman Man-at-Arms, if they get hit with the same attack, they can't both riposte. Only the front unit ripostes. So I had a very difficult time on the Librarian fight because of that. I didn't know that that's how that mechanic worked. So we could bring one of these units, potentially. I want to bring along a Grave Robber, though. We'll unlock turn start, convert stealth to crit, and speed to daze at end of turn. Pick to the face does 50% more damage. I mean, we could do a melee Grave Robber. Scipio Science says, "Ooh, Grave Robber." I'll give you the name. Don't worry. Skymall, welcome. How you doing? I never get tired of this game. It's a fun game. Haste for more speed, resolution for more death's door. We'll at least get the path unlocked for the Grave Robber, then we'll check it out.
A little more strength.
And then what was the oh, there's the highway robbery skill upgrade, which I didn't actually bring out on the last mission. Ranged skills do more damage. This could be a decent path for the Highwayman, to have ranged skills do more damage, and then we can have a Highwayman in the back just taking pistol shots all the time. I think that would be pretty decent. Crits for days weren't crits bad against the boss. Crits are pretty bad against this boss. I might not go heavy crit route with the Grave Robber. I know that that's one of her styles of play. I might just do the damage over time blight from the Grave Robber, because her DOT is actually like freaking incredible, especially if you had this trinket, which we had previously but not now. Unequal allocation of candles. It's pretty even, actually. But I want to bring along a Grave Robber. I think that whichever path we choose, they should work pretty well. We do need someone who can heal. I'm leaning actually towards an occultist. They're an okay healer for the most part. They have lots of debuffs that they can use. I'm also leaning towards a leper. They do have a taunt move, which could be useful against the boss, but on phase 1, we only get 2 taunts and we can't use that ability every turn, so I worry about the scene tokens being distributed. Like, the Hellion has a taunt. The Hellion has a taunt she can do literally every turn, so I'm very much thinking about bringing her along and then just having her be a tank. And there is a tank path Hellion. So let's upgrade hers. Maybe I'll just like upgrade everyone a little bit. Like, upgrade you, upgrade you.
Wonder of a world.
Disease resists, yeah, for 5 candles, why not? Jester, leper, sure, I'll just upgrade these and then just be done with it. There you go, done. All right, embark. Sorry, embark.
Into the maelstrom, in search of what hope yet remains.
All right. This way I can actually analyze the units when we get to the crossroads instead of doing it here when I can't actually even see their abilities. But I do want to try that third boss again, Obsession. I feel like we could do it. And at the very least, now we know what to expect, and I have a few ideas in my mind about things that we can do differently to make it easier.
They lit black candles and chanted rhythmically in the guttural tongues of long-forgotten tribes. Even now, I can hear the echoes of those awful invocations.
Abe 2 hours ago never cared for the grave robber, says Segus Jr. I mean, here's the secret. On the last run, I really wanted the grave robber, but she died in the first region because the riposte didn't work. Funnily enough, ironically enough, both the riposte units lived and actually lived through the entire rest of the biome, which was very funny. So let's see. We're gonna check out some paths. I specifically don't want to bring a flagellant or a Vestal. I think that they're very good at what they do, and as a result, I want to try to not cheese the fight as much. I kind of don't want to bring a Man-at-Arm for the same reason. Oh, Man-at-Arms makes the fight so easy. Let's try to win without it then. And the Flagellant, I mean, he can solo the entire game, as far as I know, so let's do it without him as well. But I think I do want a Grave Robber. Let's check it out. High crit, dodge, stealth, any rank. I do have all of her skills unlocked, so in theory we could do stealth build. Do the eyes ignore stealth? Hold on. Fault. I want to look at these eyes. Do they ignore stealth? I mean, if I was in the fight, I could just mouse over it, but this hasn't been updated either. It looks like we can use stealth to avoid being seen. So that could be another way of handling the scene tokens. If we just keep stealth up and then taunt on occasion, we can control who gets seen. Like if she is very fast and moves first in the round, she can stealth up, not be seen. So Shadow Fade would be what we would want to take for that. Cooldown of 2 turns, so every 3 turns, you can stealth for 2 turns. Makes sense. Repartee would enable us to taunt. What's interesting about that is that we can combo that into something like Absinthe or Shadow Fade Repartee in order to keep being taunted, and then we can take all the scene tokens onto her, and then maybe she can just dodge Limerence repeatedly, but then we would probably not have her be doing any damage, unfortunately. Pirouette, good damage and good crit chance, and a big dodge token, so you could use this for the high crit damage, like Lunge Pirouette. Ignores dodge and block when stealth. Stealth? And glint in the dark. Death's Door piercing, ignores Death's Door when stealthed. Sounds like a sarcastic loading tip. You can use stealth to avoid being seen. Well, the thing is that there's so many exceptions for that obsession fight. Sometimes all of the eyes, the entire fight, phase 1 and phase 2 ignores blindness. Mechanically, I suppose that is acceptable because they're eyes, but you know, in theory, you could it's faulty logic to say that, because in theory you could also mean that blindness works extra well against them. You know, imagine walking into the fight with some bear spray. You could go psh, 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 freaking give it blind for 1,000 turns. That stuff stings. And in a giant eldritch being made of 100 eyes, my God, put him out of commission. So like you could think about it either way. So the mechanic doesn't really fit 100%. Jojo404, welcome. But it seems like Limerence cannot be stealthed, but scene tokens can be stealthed. So we could do a Shadow Fade for that. In which case we might just take Poison Dart for the chance that we get a poison build. For her paths, let's take a look. Plus 50% damage when stealthed. Actually seems pretty good with that lunge and pirouette. I wonder how these affect lunge and pirouette. Let's see. Oh my god, lunge has a 30% crit chance and insane damage. Pirouette has 6 to 12 damage. That's pretty damn good. Like high crit chances on these attacks. Now, of course, you might not want. For being so fast might not be good. You might not want the high crits on this boss, but if we do enough damage fast enough, maybe we can just kill him anyways. Pirouette, so it'd be like Shadow Fade, Pirouette, Shadow Fade to back 2, Lunge to move to the front, and then you're stealth for like one more turn, so like maybe you could do a repartee. I mean, you're also dodgy, you could maybe dodge the scene tokens. Although you'd probably just do like a glint in the dark or something, or maybe a poison dart, I don't know. But that is interesting. Now, Venom Drop is the third path for the Grave Robber. Sorry for this taking a while, but I haven't actually looked into these paths, so I'm kind of doing it on the fly, and you can look at them with me. Maybe we can develop some strategies together. Rank flexible roll that sacrifices range damage for blight and mobility, plus 2 blight dealt when stealthed, and minus 3 speed. So Venom Drop reduces the damage that she can do, but Flashing Dagger, that's very interesting. Flashing Daggers is a blight, and Poison Dart is still a blight. Everything else seems the same, although the damage is low. Lunge gives you Blight Resist Piercing, which is very interesting, as does Pirouette. So you can combo, oh, and Shadow Fade gives you Resistance Piercing as well. So you actually enter stealth, and then you have a reason to maybe use the Poison Dart ability because you can actually get even more Blight Resistance Piercing in the build. That's different from the... I was gonna say that's different from the Deadeye, which actually is not the case. Deadeye, the only ability that is Blight is Poison Dart. Venom Drop is really the poison path that you want to take, because you get that Resistance Piercing along with the stealth moves. That's very interesting. Bellatrix Mert says, how do you like the rework of the best boss? It's a little bit more fair, but it still is limiting in who you take because you really need to be able to handle the tokens, and I still haven't figured that out yet. I don't know if you were here, Bellatrix Mert, yesterday, but one token hit someone who wasn't a tank, and it caused my demise on that fight. It was so close, though. But Night Sworn, the damage when stealth could be interesting. I haven't really rolled a stealth build for the Grave Robber. Let's try it here. We'll, I'll have to look at the skills in a little bit, I think, but I think it is okay for right now. Round start, heal 5% Defiant. Dude, that's amazing! The best boss wasn't reworked, only the third one's the Segas Jr. Yeah, so I want the Grave Robber, and if we put him at the front,
of the mind.
we can open up with a Shadow Fade, which enables the high damage from Lunge. I mean, that's a ton of damage and a good crit chance. Could be interesting. Maybe start you in position 2. Who do we want in the front? Well, the Leper has a taunt,
the very essence of existence.
but with a cooldown of 3, it's not gonna last forever, but it is pretty good, and it's pretty good damage. With a Leper, I would like someone who can heal. Well, although he can heal himself. I guess actually she can heal herself with Absinthe and Killing Corpses, and she's also gonna be stealth. The Jester I like for stress relief. I do also still like the idea of a Hellion. Well, we have all of her. The Leper needs a lot of abilities unlocked, so we could bring him along. Revenge, Intimidate. Intimidate might be a a taunt as well. So if we can get that unlocked, we could bring that into the fight. I don't know. But the Hellion, what I like about the Hellion for the boss in particular is toe-to-toe. 2 taunts every turn, and she can heal herself with Adrenaline Rush, so she can actually be pretty decent. So what if we bring her along? She's a good unit.
Fury,
Then we don't need to worry so much about, and she's a stress relief unit as well. We don't need to worry so much about taunting, because she can taunt. And we don't need to worry so much about comboing either. The comboing is good, but the leper really does need it for his self-blindness. We could bring along a highwayman, but instead of being a riposte highwayman, we could just be like the ranged highwayman. Range skills plus 35% damage. Grape shot blast is a strength bonus, and we can give him all of the ranged damaged skills like double tap, which is pretty decent and a good finishing move. Highway robbery is pretty decent. He won't be like moving forward and backwards, although we can still give him duelist advance, but the melee attack is gonna have a little bit less damage. But we can have him in the back moving around, not moving around, but moving around when she moves, and then just hitting the back line, hitting the front line, whatever. We can give this a shot. And then who do we want as our final unit? Well, if we have physical damage, a Plague Doctor does make sense. As a healer, I think. Alchemist is still probably the best one, though, because of the fact that we have that Blight Piercing. I don't really like Surgeon. The healing skills are pretty good with their buff, but Disorienting Blast, Stun Resist Piercing, Ounce of Prevention, Emboldening Vapor, Disorienting Blast. What I don't like about Surgeon is that it's really hard to actually stay in position to do the attacks that you want, aka the Sacrificial Stab. But we can still use Indiscriminate Science from the 3rd position, and then we can maybe, wow, I don't even have Disorienting Blast unlocked. We can maybe get these unlocked at some point as well. Apply on hit, melee skills plus 5% crit, but slow. I just really like the Blight Piercing, I really do. What I find funny is that the Physician path isn't actually the healer path. The healer path is Surgeon, which also buffs only one of her attacks, which is the Incision. It does buff the damage. It's 6 to 10, I think. Blight causing skills have a better crit chance. You have a bunch of resists, but a little bit lower HP. I think we'll go Alchemist, so it's gonna be, oh, and then I didn't even look at the Hellion. We have all of her abilities unlocked, so we get to pick and choose what we like. Ravager is more damage at the front, but she has a chance to bleed herself. Berserker is lower health, but better bleeding. I haven't really been using the bleeding with her. And Carcass. Gain when crit, lower stress, Barbaric Yop is a taunt. So Barbaric Yop being a debuff on the enemies that also could apply stun. Wicked Hack removes block from an enemy. She gets winded every turn, and per turn, she gets block tokens. So this makes her a tank, which is very interesting. Every turn she gets these winded tokens, which will stack up. She can get block tokens pretty much every turn, 75% chance of getting them. Her stress is going to be low-ish, especially if she gets crit. Barbaric Yop can be used as a taunt. I'm just wondering, like, how does she do damage? Because if every turn she literally gets one of those winded tokens, she can't really do that much damage. Maybe that's okay if everyone else does damage and she just functions as a tank, which is perfectly okay. I mean, I've never rolled it, so why don't we try it? We'll be going heavy into winded and taunts, and she takes all of the damage. Everyone else behind her is doing damage. You're stealth, you're shooting, you're blighting and healing, and then in theory, maybe we can keep her taunting enough that we can get all of the scene tokens on her, and then she'll take very low damage because she's gonna get a lot of the block tokens. Yeah, bleeding would still work, I guess, like bleed out for something to use in the front, but otherwise she's just gonna be here healing or like debuffing, or sorry, stress relieving people. So we have Night Sworn on the Grave Robber, Sharp Shot on the Highwayman, Alchemist on the Plague Doctor. Will this work? I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Fussy Eater, Devout, Coward, Defiant, Zoophobic, Thick-Blooded, Slow-Handed Slugger. I'm going to start the run now. We have heals abound, personal heals on people as well, stress relief on a few people. We should be okay. Tank crit Hellion, nice. Does she really like crit a lot? Gain when crit. When she gets crit, she loses stress, but she doesn't do a lot of critting herself, I think. Yeah, this should be okay. Let's give it a shot anyways. I have no idea, but that was like, I don't know, 20 minutes of just, maybe even longer, of just looking at characters. I'm sorry.
The time for denial
And names, I
has passed.
forgot names. We're gonna have Scipio Scion, the Grave Robber. They asked for it. We need to bring along the big guns today. Welcome, Mud. Boudica. Why don't you be my Velatritin Mert? Doesn't fit, I'm sorry. And Paracelsus, you can be... Actually, you know what? Velatritin Mert can be the Plague Doctor. It seems like Sky Mall here. Okay, hold on. Well, it's SS Sky, MMALL. Sky Small here says crit from trinkets, tank crit Hellion. Nice. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you can guide me along on this run. What do we have? No items. We've unlocked everything, so we're not going to start with bonus items on this run, unfortunately. Skill-wise, Wicked Hack removes block. We want to keep that. I think we also want to keep Barbaric Yacht, because it's a taunt. I think we want to keep Toe-to-Toe, because it's another taunt. Adrenaline Rush, and then probably like a Bleed Out or a Raucous Revelry. Maybe we'll take Raucous Revelry, and maybe we'll dump Wicked Hack for the Bleed Out so we have a little bit of bleed early. You're gonna start with the Shadow Fade. I'm gonna want you to have a Lunge. Pick to the Face is just a nice attack for you to have, as is Absinthe, and Pirouette is a nice way of moving back after you've Shadow Faded. I mean, you can always Pirouette or Lunge. Why don't we get rid of Pick to the Face, and we'll bring in Dead of Night so you can heal and remove stress off of corpses. And it also does give you stealth, ×2 if you clear a corpse with that, so that's pretty decent. Highwayman. Highwayman. You're gonna be a ranged unit only, basically. So give me double tap, grape shot, pistol shot, point blank maybe for when you move forward accidentally, and I do like take aim for giving you crits, although that's probably unnecessary, especially on the fight that we are thinking about doing. Tracking shot can apply combo and remove dodge, which might not be super important. Highway Wobbly is still pretty good. Duelist Advance, maybe to help you move around. I think we'll fiddle with it on the fly. Indiscriminate, Plague Grenade, ounce battlefield noxious for now. Seems okay. Let's do it. Jojo says, I want to be a character too. I'm sorry. I feel left out. There's only 4 characters, although you know what? Hold on. We can name the stagecoach. Change livery. We can have a blood red stagecoach. We can call it Disp. The disposable stagecoach. There you go. Better luck next time. Indeed. All right. Me too. I should have given Jackman a name because he freaking resubbed earlier. All right, I want to also look at the speed. 2874, so we have a couple of people who are very, very quick. But let's start here. Double tap damage was not as high as I was hoping for. Barbaric Yop, toe-to-toe, bleed out, raucous revelry. So we can add a couple of tokens, or we could go in for a little bit of damage. I don't really care about them being weak. I'd rather, I think, start damage. Although we're gonna have a lot of winded tokens, but we have a lot of block. We'll just open with a pirouette just to see what's going on there. So you're dazed because you are a coward, is that right? No, that's pirouette. Okay. Self-daze. Can we use that? Like, Shadow Fade, Glint, pirouette, you're dazed so you can't reactivate stealth? I don't know, that might be a bad thing. I haven't really thought about it, but you know, we might want the Grave Robber not to have that daze. We might want them to move faster, especially on the fight. Skymall says,
steady yourself.
If you feel like rename the Hellion with Jack for the resub, I'm fine with sharing. You know what we could do? We could say Skyjack. So you two have to work together now. You're one entity. 3-3. Little double tap. He's a little wounded. You're dazed. Everyone's dead. Ounce of prevention.
Collaboration confers advantage.
Ounce of prevention seems a little unnecessary. And you are just completely winded. You can do 0 damage at this point. You can taunt. I mean, let's look at the toe-to-toe. Sorry, the Yop is what I meant. It does add 2 taunt tokens, and you have several block tokens from that turn. Okay.
Sweet reprieve. Until the next test.
This is going to be interesting. So I haven't really talked about other things that I've learned or realized since the last time I tried this this obsession confession. I realized a couple of things. I realized that we should be focusing way more over the entire run about building for that final fight. There were opportunities to take particular wagon stagecoach upgrades and consumable items for the fight that we should have maybe stocked up on for that fight. You know, there's one opportunity I had to take the stack restoratives items stagecoach item. Maybe we should have grabbed that so we had one person with the heals and other people could bring other combat items in. You never know. That might have helped. As such, I'm gonna look. Well, I'm gonna look here first.
Has meaning.
We get 3 pets to choose from. Gain on killing blow of a corpse, heal 30%, get a block token, get a crit token. 5% debuff resist per food item. Increased chance of looting items from road debris. When moving, 3% bonus damage, -1 speed, 20%. So this, we could build around this. We could build around this with the Highwayman and the Grave Robber every turn moving forward and backwards, especially because it's lunge 2. It'll actually lunge through 2 units. 3 people will get that 3% stacking damage upgrade. That could matter quite a bit. But I have to admit, being able to loot more items also seems pretty decent. This is more money, more debuff resist. Up to 20% debuff resist by the end of the game. That's really good. That DBZ fusion. I just worry about the speed debuff, but I like the idea of stacking damage, especially because, here's what I'm thinking. That third boss, the one that we're fighting right now, is not the third boss, it's the boss. Second phase, you need damage. First phase, we can build up damage while we're dealing with the eyeballs. So I think maybe we'll grab the hatchling crocodilian. We did it last time, but I think it'll work.
A new variable in the equation of your fate.
And maybe we'll actually take more riposte abilities on the highwayman. His riposte skills are a little bit worse because he has a minus 25% damage, I think, for melee. Yeah, but he still does get ripostes, 3 of them, and a dodge. 3 ripostes over a few turns could make up for it, and then he also moves. Let's see what we got.
Of mastery.
Mastery tokens. Let's see. Increased stacking for relics and baubles. Route scouting. Random hero after each location -1 stress. These are not necessary, but 25 for the increased stacking means we can hold more. Tick pet is 1210 cute, says disposable. Is it one of the pets here? I don't think we have tick pet. Ranged skills plus 20% damage, gain on miss 1 stress. I mean, I actually kind of like this for the highwayman, especially early. 20% bonus damage just for free. Seems okay. I mean, I can literally buy them both. I also look at stuff like healing salve, and I think to myself, if we can get that stagecoach item that makes these stack up to 8, we want as many of these as we can get. We want to stack up 8 of these if we can, and then have other restorative items on other people. If everyone has a restorative item, I mean, I think we should be more than fine. So that's tempting as well. But I think I will go for Strongbox. The stacking is going to help us in the long run.
On and be off.
And I am tempted to get this Raven's Reach. Our Highwayman is just doing ranged damage, so this should just give him a straight up 20% damage buff. That seems pretty decent. The only thing I might want to consider is saving the triangles for future, but if we get into a lot of combat, we should get a lot of triangles out of it. Look, square, diamond, triangle. That's what they are. I think I'm gonna buy that, and I'm gonna put it on your gun. It's pretty good. I think I will buy the healing salves. Again, this is like purely for stacking. I wanna stack these for the late game. And then of course, if we have to use them, we have to use them. Let's look at the route.
Consider your position.
Flame drain.
Plan accordingly.
Move resist, stun resist, charm. Complete the region with no stagecoach items, minus 33% flame drain. Oh, minus and then plus 33% flame drain, I got it. I mean, literally we could take off the stagecoach item and then do the Fetor, but the charm's pretty good. This is what you would want to have when you were doing this region, though. You want to have the ability to resist that movement. We could come here now. I feel like going to the Fetor, I would like, because we can just take this off, keep it for a region. We're not going to fill up our inventory between now and then. We can get a free mastery token out of this, and it's lower flame drain. Like, this is just the easier route. Okay. Anything else that we want to buy? I don't think the boss stuns, so I don't think we need this. Blind doesn't work at all on the boss. I don't think we need to take any of these other items. We could also stack items like in items. If we get the opportunity to buy larger stagecoach inventory, we could buy a lot of these things and then take them with us for the final fight so we get like bonuses. but not super necessary. Like this. 5% chance of stealthing at the round start. If we buy like 6 of these books, we could give someone, well, it's not 30%, it's 5% to the power of 6 chance of entering stealth mode every turn. And in fact, that's actually not what it is, because these can proc individually. But like, we could buy a lot of these in items and then just pop them all right at the very end, which I think is smart. But I think we're gonna save our money. Nothing else will really interest me. We have 2 mastery point tokens. Let us upgrade. I would like her to do more. Barbaric Yop having 2 weakness seems pretty decent, but Bleed Out doing more bleed means she can actually do a little bit more damage, which I do like. You're gonna be using double tap constantly, so that seems like a very good upgrade. I'll probably like fiddle with the skills later. Indiscriminate Science does seem pretty good as well, to remove negative tokens and then also get heals out of them. I think I undervalue that. And then let's go for the double tap. We're gonna be using that all the time. Plus 30% damage when the target's below 50% health. It's like a good killing blow move. And then it also has Death's Door piercing. That seems pretty cool. And then unless we're buying anything else, we are done and we're ready to go. I mean, I can't buy anything else, so let's get out of here. Enter the fetter. Flame item. This is lower flame drain, so I don't think we need it. In theory, as long as we get into a lot of combat for money and loot drops, maybe a couple of cultist fights, we'll probably have enough torch. What I do not want to do is do the lair boss, I don't think. Although in theory we could, as long as no, stealth mode doesn't matter. We're still gonna be hit by it. In theory, we could do the boss if we heavily utilize toe-to-toe and we constantly are immobilized. The problem with that, though, is that, if she ever hungers, she's going to not be immobilized, and then we're gonna all have problems. And the lair boss is immediate. I don't want to do the lair boss immediately. We will do although there is a cache after it. I would love to get a creature den, resistance encounters, maybe a cache at the end. So I'll probably go left, even though it's an Oblivion tier for loathing. We'll reduce loathing as we go.
Consider all variables, but
I'm not gonna do a early lair boss though. The lair boss is you do have to. Well, I guess you don't have to, but ideally you do want to plan for fighting them and have very specific counters for them. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Like against this boss, you want to have debuff resists. You want to have a unit that is immobilized, or you want to have previously fought the Dream in general, get the immobilization trinket, and then no one can move. That would be ideal. But I don't have any debuff resists, so we just have to move. We have to go in. All right. 9 to 13. Dude, that's actually really good damage, especially early. Not like a super high crit, but that's pretty good. Then we could bleed out, or we could barbaric yop and weaken them and give ourselves taunt. Do we want to do that? Do we want to give ourselves taunt? I think we do. So you know what? Let's actually toe-to-toe this guy. Pirouette can get the kill. We don't have to Shadow Fade. Although she is going to be dazed next turn. I think we can resist that. So if we can give ourselves good resistances, that won't be too much of a problem. She's got resistance piercing. So this unit is dead, although it might heal here, unfortunately. We got stressed out. And that did not trigger the, or go for the taunt, because it was an AoE, unfortunately. So we could grape shot. It gives, that, hold on, that gives us strength, is that what it is? Yeah. I mean, I can't hit you otherwise. So let's do that. Your days so you can't get the killing blow, and then they gave us another AoE. Wow, the stress is starting to climb already. I hate it. Dude, could you just... These guys are incredibly stressy. I hate it. But let's remove a little bit of stress from whoever we can. We have a lot of block tokens. Okay, you're dead. We lunged for 5. That doesn't seem that good. Hemic Rot? When did you get a disease? I know, like, Abe didn't notice again, but like, you can't notice the diseases. They're too fast. Oh, I see. Pirouette can't be used every turn. That's annoying. Highwayman's got some good damage, it looks like. And you're freaking blighted. Jesus. All right, heal up. Honestly, that's probably for the best, although he is corpulent now. Let's bleed him up. It's the best move that she can do. She's very tanky. I do like it. 9 damage. 5 damage on the lunge. It's not, you're gonna do, what are you gonna do? You death stored. You're gonna kill her, aren't you? Nope. Good God. But she was stunned, so she didn't get a turn. What the hell? Okay. Hopefully we get a lot of actions before she does. Okay. Probably should have used one of the healing potions we had. What the hell are we supposed to do? I feel like I just want poison and DOT at all times. The physical damage just doesn't do enough. You know, you hit him with one of the throwing daggers, they're getting hit for 12. Hit him with the lunge, they get hit for freaking 5. Why is your lunge so bad? Well, A, it's not upgraded. I guess we low rolled it. It's got a high crit chance, and we also were not stealthed. I think that's the main problem. Not being stealthed, well, I guess we'll give disease resist to like you. Not being stealthed is a bit of a problem there. We need to try to ensure that we can get stealthed, which means I gotta focus more on actually doing that. Okay, well, I mean, that sucked. We're very hurt, and we're very stressed out. I had a pleasant dream for once. Thank God you reduced your own stress. That's all I'm gonna say, because I need you to. Everyone's gonna get pissed off at each other in this region. Sheriff Flask, I'm parched. Good, good. Positive relationships. It's another combat, which I guess is what I wanted. No one really wants to actually, you know, have a benefit in these combats, but that's okay. So we'll probably open up with a Shadow Fade this time, especially because I can't hit 2 units at the front with the Pirouette. Grape Shot can also only hit 1. We could open up with a Duelist Advance, but then we can't engage Stealth Mode. The only thing that can do that is Dead of Night and Shadow Fade. Yeah. So, Probably just go for one of them. Although we could do listed. No, let's enter stealth. So we'll focus one.
Lethality writ
Lucky
large.
crit. Let's taunt on the Hellion. You can shadow fade. You probably don't have to heal yourself right now. Resisted, that's understood. She's blind. That's not actually like a huge problem. She was crit, and then she reduced her own stress a little bit, which was nice. She's bleeding quite heavily. You have the personal heal, thanks to Defiant. That's a really nice ability to have. We could Duelist Advance, but I want her to... Why did she taunt again? I want her to just always be taunting. I feel like she got a taunt token for free, but I don't know how that worked. Might be able to kill one of the dinner carts, I suppose. 8 to 17. Okay, so we really do need to be in stealth mode, because now Lunge is much, much, much better damage. So we could heal for 10 and remove all 3 of these negative tokens. Oh, it will remove taunt, though. That's not what I want. I want her to be taunted. So we could remove the bleed. I mean, she has her own heal, right? Adrenaline Rush? Do you think she can get hit for 17 on one action? Probably not. But I want her to have an action regardless.
Of trust.
I find it seems like something worth locking in. I mean, I'm not gonna focus it, but it would be worth it potentially. I could miss. Let's toe-to-toe. It's kind of hoping for the kill there, but that's okay. We're still taunting, and we have those block tokens. Really wish that we could eat the corpse on this turn, but that's okay. Earwet's damage. It's supposed to hit 2 units. It hitting 1 is not amazing. I feel like this thing's about to eat the corpse, which I'm not a fan of. Although we could just let the Hellion tank all of the damage, I suppose. Keep it alive for a few turns. It's not gonna do much damage. It might give us stress, but... Heal for 16, heal 4. We try to blight it. Resisted again. That's okay. I mean, this is blight region. You're not taunted anymore. I still like the adrenaline rush. I mean, it's weird. She's not a damage dealer anymore with Carcass. I don't know how to utilize her appropriately anymore.
Begins.
Can you eat the corpse from the back? Absolutely, and it gives you stealth. Lovely crit. Oh, but you were dazed, so this thing is gonna freaking eat the corpse. Well. We're not gonna be able to kill the corpse. Let's raucous. Didn't heal, but that's okay. Heal for 4, heal for 2, heal for 8, heal for 4. Let's keep you healed.
This wound, at least, has been.
Yeah, so it's gonna eat the corpse, and then it's... the freaking... Yeah, healed to full. The freaking, You're not stealthed anymore? Oh, because you didn't eat the damn corpse, right? Because you were dazed. The daze screwed me on that one. I really wish that didn't happen, because now I think we're gonna get hit by the AoE. I don't think we can kill it, but we can try. Pirouette's still on cooldown. Well, Raucous Revelry is gonna come up in a second. I guess we'll just heal up by 4, because we got a hit coming in.
And now,
God damn it.
test of all.
Jesus, that's on cooldown. We got a taunt. It's a good heal. She can heal herself with that taunt constantly. I don't think you're gonna hit. I think you're gonna target the taunt. And at this point, we can just get the kill prop. Although, no, we don't want to get the kill, because I would very much like to do a Raucous Revelry. Stress is a problem. It's only 1 stress reduction on anyone over 5 every, like, 2 turns, so maybe 3 turns. I wasn't paying too much attention to it, so stress is a problem. It's okay, got mastery points. Got some money, no trinkets.
The loathing of
It's my first
fate.
time using a party like this, so we'll have to figure it out as we go. Yeah, every other turn we can do that. God. You need more health. Maybe I should not focus lower HP on my my unit constantly. Everyone wants to go to the creature den. It's lower stress, and I want to do it as well. So, Cursed Coach is bouncing. And we have a few items we can equip. I like those. Oh no, I wanted that. So let's see. Let's give you the stimulants. Seems okay. I don't have any other combat items, unfortunately. Anyone have a big buff? You do. I've had it. Let them come. See if I care. Oh, thank you. She's pissed, and I can appreciate that. You got stressed out there. Also, that gave the buff to everyone. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. It's always gone only on the 1 unit in the past. So do we open with a bleed out or with like a toe-to-toe? I think we want to open with... Tough call. I think we want to open with damage. And instead of opening with Shadow Fade, I know this is going to cost us a little bit of damage, but the Pirouette is still very good here. I mean, you're dead already, and I can kill you with the Highwayman. 14 to 21. Feels like a waste of the strength token, but I'll take the kill.
Are encouraging.
Just don't attack my lady, please. She can't heal herself? Oh, she's exactly at half. I always forget about that. Well, in that case,
An opportunity.
purge those.
Squandered.
This seems like a good fight for taunts and raucous revelries and whatnot. She's dazed for a turn. I always forget that Pirouette does that, but that is something that I really do need to keep in mind because it is very important. Gain stress on miss. That was the trinket, I think. Ounce of prevention, it's so little blight resist that I think we'll just go for the attack there. I love that they're attacking her. We need her to have like way more taunts. We need like taunt trinkets or something. We could eat a corpse, no real reason to do that. Good crit. Buffing the damage on people very slowly, but it is buffing. Lunge Lunge has no cooldown. Pirouette has a 2-turn cooldown. Every third turn she can use that. Every third turn she can use Shadow Fade. So it really is Shadow Fade, Lunge, Pirouette, Lunge, Shadow Fade, Lunge, Pirouette, Lunge. That's like the combo, unless you toss in like a Dead of Night or an Absinthe. We could also toss in like a different attack if we want. Even something like a Pick to the Face might be okay. But, or even a Flashing Dagger just to like trigger a KO on something. I don't know. Dun, 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 dun. So I think what we want to do is set up. Who are you gonna attack? Okay, that's okay. I love that they're attacking her. We want to set up for the next round of combat. Just want to remove that blight damage.
From caustic agony.
So we'll do a toe-to-toe. We've got a lot of movement actually, and we're stacking up that damage bonus. We've got ripostes. Oh, I can't do the move anymore. I'm a dummy. Well, you know what? Let's stimulant and maybe try to get like a one-hit KO on him next turn. Although we didn't kill this thing, so we can maybe do that. I mean, we can give her strength next turn if we really want to. That's very low damage. That doesn't matter too much. Okay, this thing is dead. Keep the stress a little low. Okay, I'm just trying to grind out whatever like buffs I can get from this, basically. Grave Shot gives you a strength token back, and then we can act for the remainder of the turn. Although I do want her to be in stealth mode, so maybe I screwed this up. But we could open with a Pirouette. You know what? She's fast enough. She doesn't need the stimulants. I am gonna put her in stealth though. You.
A breakthrough.
Lucky hit. We're just gonna try to purge some of their tokens. We're still taunted for 1 turn. Let's taunt for another 2 turns. Removed another token. Also seems like a good Grape Shot just to get rid of the armor and the dodge. No one's gonna attack the Highwayman, but if they do, he does have the riposte active. Now you can lunge. 9 to 19 with a 20% crit, huh? What? Ignores dodge when stealthed. We can get a kill. You crit for 29. That's actually pretty good. And the damage is continuing to scale. Look at that, look at that. Purging your token seems like a good thing to do right now. She's stunned. All that means is that we can't do the raucous revelry. This guy's buffed though, but
Hold fast.
I mean, the crits are annoying. She's not getting any stress relief off of that, unfortunately. We'll have to toss out a heal on her. Which is not gonna be coming for a minute, it looks like. 13 to 20? Wow, that's actually like really good. And of course you had to low roll it. Purge one of the block tokens, although she does have more still. And we ran out of ripostes, unfortunately. She's dazed again. He's gonna crit. Who's he hitting?
Steady yourself.
We had the block token up, so that wasn't too worrisome. She reduced her stress a little bit. We're gonna heal her up. Heal for 12 or heal for 8 and purge the blight. Heal for 8 and purge the blight.
Small foundation of
We don't care about her negatives. That's not what she's here for. feel like we do damage very slowly with this, and part of the reason is that I'm using her as a taunter and a tanker. I'm like constantly actually trying to get the taunts, and I think that's incorrect. I don't think that's how we should be utilizing her. Gosh darn it, at least he resisted. I mean, she's doing a good job. It's indiscriminate science that removes all the tokens, but it's a nice sizable heal. It's taunt. Nunu, welcome. How are you doing today? You should get rid of the corpse. Although we could also just kill this guy. Can't use pirouette. Well, now we can get rid of the corpse, I guess. Using a lot of grape shot, but that doesn't hit the position that I want it to hit, which is the back.
All the difference.
This is weird, but like it's still working, barely. And when the Highwayman and the Grave Robber hit those big damage attacks, it feels like it's working very well, but whenever they low roll their damage, I'm a little disappointed. Discounted trinkets +1 mastery. Not bad.
The loathing abates.
Did we get anything else from that? No, that's okay. I want to look at this a little bit. This is a heal when necessary. On yourself as well. Bloodlust removes your winded. Toe-to-toe and Barbaric Yop are the taunts. Bleed out is basically your only damaging move. I mean, that's why we're kind of suffering from damage, but if she acts as a tank, maybe it's okay. Her health is also like not incredible, but she gets a lot of block tokens, but it's not like they're big block tokens. They're kind of like, you know, mediocre bad block tokens, the small ones. Oh, come on. You hold right and yet you don't move.
It is low indeed to profit in destruction.
This guy gets stressed out by creatures, doesn't he? Alright. We should just be able to grape shot, and pirouette. I don't even think we need to worry about stealth moding. I guess Barbaric Yop it's an assister for the health of the Hellion. By getting the block tokens and putting weakness on enemies, we can actually keep her pretty tanked up. Good crit. Let me slip past, I mean, that's unlikely to kill, but what else are you gonna do? Because you are dead now. Bernina says, I got some habanero chili somehow. My eye managed to stop the burning. My hands still burn though. Rip. Rip their Nunu's eye.
A miscalculation,
Well,
perhaps.
It's okay. That's a wasted action, although you do have a riposte. I don't really want you to riposte into my Plague Doctor, who currently is the weakest unit we have. And I'm starting to think that we should have maybe gone for the surgeon path. They are in the third position to use the dagger, and the extra healing would go a long way. You know, I'm starting to understand a little bit more. Just because it feels like that blight damage is the best option, the fact that this Plague Doctor has so little health, it's worrisome. It is. It's not like you can really buff that HP too much. That's fine. It's not a problem. You can't land a shot on a dodge, unfortunately. His stress is also annoying because of that Raven's reach. We should be a lot more careful about that than I actually am. His stress is starting to get a little bit high, a little bit ridiculous.
The slow suffering begins.
At least we put a timer on this guy. Raucous Revelry for next turn. I guess we'll try to stall out for one more turn. Right, that doesn't give you actual stress relief, unfortunately. I guess we'll just do this. I guess we didn't need the stress relief, but funnily enough, I kind of want the dog to crit me. It would be beneficial if the dog did crit on one of these attacks. All right. Reduces stress by 1. Also starting to realize other things like the fact that Bolster, it removes stress by 2.
Take heart,
which means it's twice as fast.
do not relent.
Jester as well. Well, Jester can remove stress by 3, so it's 3 times as fast. Raucous Revelry every couple of turns is a little on the slow side. All right. Assistance encounter. Another resistance encounter coming up. We don't have the money for the Hoarder. Well, that's not true. We don't have the money to buy anything for triangles. Which means we'll probably skip the Hoarder. We've got the creature den thing. Cheaper trinkets at the base, at the inn. So we'll just wait and buy stuff there, theoretically. We don't need wheels. We don't need armor. I'll take freebies. Although, this is a positive relationship. We only lose 5 light, which is not that much, and we get 2 things. I was a nobody with a blade once too. Humans tend to exude positive airs and brighter climes. I don't know what that's implying. But I like your attitude.
An unexpected find.
Healing salves and incendiary cocktail. I'll take it.
The loathing whispers.
We will hopefully stack those up, and then we have something that we can use for like a burn. Again, if we can get that stagecoach item that lets us stack up things even more, I would love it.
An elementary problem.
Everyone wants to go to
not?
the Hoarder. I missed that guy. I want to go say hi to him. No. He's a bastard. He never left the penance hall in Darkest Dungeon 1's Hamlet. Abusing his privileges. Tap the button and your freaking horse and carriage just goes flying over to that direction. All right, next combat. No benefits, so we will just take whatever. We'll just take whatever. Stress is a little high. They don't go for the Highwayman that much. It's mostly when he misses and when we fight creatures, and we are fighting a lot of creatures in this biome, it seems. 4 to 10, 4 to 10. I'm gonna open with the Shadow Fade. We need the stealth for her to actually have good damage. That gives us a nice strength token. The stress is highly unfortunate. That's okay. Well, the relationships are gonna suffer, which is really not ideal, but what you gonna do? Let's burn that butcher. I'll go for a heal on him. It's a heal for 6. Man, that's so low. Vile Feast. Healed them both. Okay, that's new. Let's taunt. We have 3 block tokens. You're blind, but that doesn't matter too much. You've got your rot again. Man, that strength debuff is real annoying. And we lost our strength token too at some point. I guess when we got hit. Well, we gotta kill one of them at some point. Wish that was a little bit better, but that's still not enough. God damn it. He's gonna have 1 HP, he's just gonna eat again. Don't do it. Oh my god.
Inexorable.
30 HP just is not enough HP. It really isn't. Okay, keep taunting.
The path
Heal
of
him up.
exaltation need not be a
Get rid of all of his negative tokens. Yeah, like setting up that pirouette took 3 turns. That's way too long. We gotta be faster than that. I know you're gonna eat the corpse. Oh, you didn't! Means, in theory, you're dead now. We high rolled that damage twice in a row, which feels really good. Ah, but she's dazed! Okay, at least you're on death's door, so you've got weak tokens. We gotta start hitting you again. Because you healed for 20, you have corpulent now. Good crit. How fast are we? We're fast enough. The first shot will never bypass that death's door, huh? And now you don't have it move. Dude, I hate this build for the grave robber. This is not good enough. She needs something that she can do after pirouette and lunge, because it's shadow fade, pirouette, lunge, and then I gotta shadow fade again over 4 turns. She does 2 attacks. Even if her damage is good, I need her to have like a pick to the face. So I think I'm just gonna like get rid of Dead of Night, because I just need her to do something. Now again, maybe that's not how you should be thinking about it, but like, she's kind of useless right now.
All problems have their solutions.
Over the course of a longer
Even
fight,
the big
that's
ones.
good. And that daze on the pirouette is frustrating as well, because I really don't want her to be that dazed. Shadow fade, lunge, pirouette. Then she's not stealthed for like a whole turn of the enemy turn. She could get taunt with the dodge, but, you know, are we willing to rely on that for the obsession fight? Absolutely not. Also, you have very low HP, which probably is a bad thing. I mean, we're still gonna push forward.
A simple choice. At least it should be.
But I'm starting to see some of the flaws in the plan. Oh, we're never getting that one. Upgrade pirouette. Well, upgrading pirouette doesn't reduce the charge time, does it? No. It just gives you a better block token and damage, but it doesn't actually reduce the cooldown or anything like that. Neither does shadow fade. Because if I could pirouette, lunge, pirouette, that'd be amazing. She would actually have something to do for cleanup in these fights, but I'm having to let the enemies live for too long because we can't do. If we set up the stealth, we can't do anything on turn 1, and we can't do anything on turn 4.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these
Triage kit is really
relics.
good. Heroes gaining extra action after repairing, some food, bleed resist, healing received per positive token. If diseased. I mean, heroes received per positive token, that could be useful to create like a big heal. Like we could heal the Highwayman if he gives himself a bunch of like riposte and then we remove them or something. Same thing on the Hellion, but Indiscriminate Science seems like it's fine already on her. Although it would allow us to heal her a freaking ton. In fact, you know what? Healing received per positive token. She always has multiple positive tokens, doesn't she? Like, she will always have block tokens on her turn. Or after her turn, I should say. Oh my god, we're already here, huh? This might be a fight where, you know, you might expect it to last more than 4 turns, so the stealth mode is probably what you want. I mean, we gotta hit the back, so let's get ready to do that. And also the damage bonuses, too. Okay, hitting him is gonna be a bit hard, but we can work on those. Tokens at the back.
Lethality writ large.
We don't need to taunt because they're gonna hit into her anyways, so actually a bleed out makes sense. Or a barbaric yop for the weakness, but let's get a little bit of damage done.
And wanes.
Get ahead on the fight a little bit. Yeah, and if they don't even attack, it's fine, hopefully. Oh good, 2 crits incoming. Ah! Riposte might be good here with the Highwayman. Because we got damage coming in. That sucks. But she healed a little bit. We got taunt. Let's purge that. To 17. Can't kill him. We'd have to crit to kill this guy. I'm gonna... Oh! Don't you? You didn't heal him. Okay, thank God. Dude, that first trumpet is highly annoying. But we got a crit on one of them.
Hold fast.
I can accept that. She can heal herself at this point, so I actually think we go for another plague grenade. We need to get that damage done. Now you can taunt. It still removes a block token, which is good. Then we'll get some heals going on. Oh, Jesus. Forced invalid dead of night? Well, at least you can still, you know, drink your absinthe. That's annoying. Just really love healing that guy, huh? Well, you're dead next turn. Oh, man, we've got so many taunt tokens set up there. I assume we can still heal ourselves. That's good damage. I really want to get rid of that corpse, though, but can't really do that, can we? Yeah, you gotta heal yourself. She's probably gonna move first, so I mean, if I toe to toe, I think we'll yop. Resisted the debuff, which is very unfortunate. Because yeah, you can't eat the corpse because you have to attack. Absinthe won't work. Pirouette. It'll move you back, and then you'll be safe from the attack, unless this guy does some nonsense, but hopefully he just, you know, attacks into the taunt. But a pirouette into a double tap might get the kill. And now they no longer have those taunt tokens every turn, which is important.
A master stroke.
All right, so you're dead. You were not DOT'd. Okay. Rude. But we'll live. We gotta kill you. Then you can reduce some stress. Your days, so you don't even get an action. I did forget about that. 6. You really don't want anyone else getting the heal, huh? Didn't realize killing the altar removed the debuff, or the buff, says Segus Jr. Yep, if you kill the altar, then we don't have to worry about those damn taunts anymore, which is nice. Oh good, she does more damage the lower health she gets. Oh, by the way, she does 0 damage. We're still okay. We're still okay. I know I'm not actually killing this guy yet, but we'll get there. I swear. I mean, that didn't go too badly, I guess.
Abandoned or forgotten.
Maybe we can get some lucky things here.
Now.
Better healing given. Oh, I really like this one. Extra action or 1 damage. I hate the, you know, the minus 100% death's door, but extra actions could allow the grave robber to actually do stuff. Hold on, I can't figure out the menu system. Like, now she might actually be able to land all of her attacks, and with her attacks coming out faster. $23 health. God, her health is so low. She can clear a corpse and heal. She can get the Shadow Fade and the Lunge in the same turn sometimes. That could matter. Could matter. Circles. Use anti-venom, flashing daggers. Gone. Days Knight, welcome. How you doing? Did this game get new animations? No, it's Darkest Dungeon 2. Yeah, extra actions do lower cooldowns, which is nice. We would still have to do it in order. Shadow Fade, Lunge, Pirouette, Lunge, Shadow Fade. No, Shadow Fade, Lunge, Pirouette, Lunge, Shadow. Yeah, I had it right the first time. We'd still have to do it in that order, but we would get extra actions. Lol, I didn't know there was a 2. I'm good, how's you? I'm doing all right, Base. Sunny Disposition, Tactical Thinker, round start, 15% chance of a super dodge token. These are worth locking in. They are. Trinkets discounted, +1 mastery. Heal to 100%, -1 stress. Didn't need the heal, but we'll take it. 5 mastery tokens, all right. Lots of cash, too.
For wealth no longer
Flapjacks?
has meaning, if indeed it ever did.
Food barrels, pot and still, icebox. I could buy 2. Whiskey, like the Flapjacks production along with food barrels is pretty nice because we can get resolute chance stacking. Actually, you know what? It only stacks once. It doesn't stack multiple times. But I also do want the whiskey. Isn't there like cheaper trinkets too? Wait a minute.
Experience, however,
But the trinkets aren't on
is
sale.
the greatest teacher of all.
Wait, what? The trinkets aren't even on sale. Okay, well, I think we got a little bit screwed on this one. Thank you, bulbous venom gland. You've done nothing, as expected. That's why like there's 2 trinkets in the shop. It's the worst
The next
one,
stop
but
is
that's okay.
leagues away. Plan
Let's equip some
accordingly.
stuff. I will probably buy the whiskey for relationships. I will probably buy... I don't know what else. Maybe we'll save our cash. I will buy the playing cards. And I'll probably buy the whiskey. But let's start with the playing cards. How are you in the Plague Doctor? Neutral. You having lower stress and the whiskey barrel seems fine with me. Good. Who has low relationships? 1. I wish there was a little bit of a better UI for this so you didn't have to constantly go into this menu to figure out what you're doing. Doesn't matter. Okay, good. What's the unique in-item effect? It's just a heal. Heal to 100%, lower 1 stress. Not that good. You know, I'll take the roast pig. Force fair, but satisfying. Keep those relationships up. Let's take a look at the region. Are we pig zone? Pig zone.
Every road a winding torment.
Every road has
Every
its
turn
turn. We'll do. We'll definitely do
on our
pig zone.
destruction. The
And we have
planting
enough
is
for
patched.
1 more stagecoach
coach
item.
stands
I think I'm
ready
gonna
once
save my
more.
money though, because at the next inn, maybe we'll get a different stagecoach item that we want to buy. We don't have enough for the griddle. But I also like the idea of... there are 4 of these books available. Round start, 5% taunt. What if we just get every one of these books and save them until the very end of the game? That's kind of what I was thinking about for these strategies of, hey, if we have to plan around the final boss, we want taunt every turn, let's buy these books. Then if we get multiple taunt tokens on a turn, we can do something else with our action. Like these, we should save those as well. Round start stealth. Put this on the grave robber. You know, let's stack these items. It's a lot of money, but that taunt is probably worth it. Gonna get a little food out there, because we need it. War horn. Party gets 2 strength tokens. That's pretty good. Dude, honestly, I'm gonna buy 4 books of creative insults. There we go. Lonely's Troll, welcome. How are you doing? No bot? The bot might be offline right now. Might be broken. I'll have to fix it. All right, I think we're fine. Looted food would be nice, but we don't need all of the food. Bleed resist. I don't think these enemies bleed, but... well, then why use it if these enemies don't bleed? We have 5 mastery tokens. Let's do something with these. I mean, I feel like Pirouette and Lunge are what we want. Highwayman already has double tap upgraded. We're using that a lot. We really want something like take aim? I don't know. For the final fight, it might be bad. Guess we do want you to have like a plague grenade. Need to give the Hellion something. Toe-to-toe removes winded. That could be a negative. Barbaric Yop giving 2 weakness tokens. Pretty good. Bleed out for more damage and bleed is also pretty decent. Let's upgrade those. How do we look? We look totally fine. We're gonna buy anything else? I don't think we need anything else. I like what we have. I might want this for the speed buff. That way we can ensure that we have a unit that can go like first on those fights. I'm trying to think what we would want. Like we would want. Would we like to have the Hellion go fast? Probably, so she can put out the taunts, right? So I might want to, I hate to say it, I might want to just buy and stockpile a couple of these speed buffs. Shimmering Poultice. Inventory is getting full, but full of things that I like and want. Stress relief upgrade. So upgrading Raucous Revelry, it's really the only stress relief thing we have. It does reduce stress on her more, but not anyone else. And the Grave Robber doesn't need that much stress relief, even though Dead of Night would be a little bit better. It would give her a little bit more stealth, which is always good. But if she's in stealth, she's not getting hit, so she's not gaining the stress. Dude, I hate the minus 100% death's door, but I think we're ready to go. Let's give it a go.